welcome to a brand new series, and this series is going to be WWE 2K26 MyGM. Now obviously you've probably seen this from a couple of other creators, and we have dipped our toes in it before, but we're just never on camera. But this year we are doing it on camera, and obviously if you guys like it, if you guys support this video, then we will continue this series. We will see it out throughout the end, and yeah, I'm pretty interested to get into this.
I'm excited to finally be doing some WWE2K content. It's something we kind of always wanted to do, but we didn't know how to start, how to get into things, how you guys would like it, how to make it all fit into a video format. But yeah, I think we finally got an idea, and yeah, it should be pretty fun.
And for this series, we're going to have a kind of a specific set of rules. What we're going to do is we're going to start the cap with $5 million. We're also going to make the power cards so where they are still available, but you can only use self-inflicting ones. So you can't use offensive ones where I bring down his fans or I make his show worse or something like that. You can only do like the stamina ones, the injury ones, things of that nature to make your show better but not impact his. But now that all the rules are explained, we're going to get into the draft of MyGM. And for our GM selections for MyGM, we have me going with Miss Elizabeth and SmackDown. And for SmackDown, I will have 6 random superstars on my roster have their popularity increased by 6, and you can do that twice per season as well. So that's a pretty good card that only impacts myself, so I will be able to use it. And then Miss Elizabeth also gives me one as well, where twice per season I can select a superstar on my brand and immediately max out their popularity, stamina, and morale. So being able to do that twice per season seems like that'll be pretty good. Hopefully I could use it in a good way.
I went with Adam Pearce in NXT because Adam Pearce is for 4 times a season. I'll be able to increase all levels and active rivalries by 2. NXT gives me for 2 times a season. All the title matches get a bonus, a larger bonus. So yeah, that'll also be helpful again going into those pay-per-views. So I can really stack them up.
And now that we picked our GMs, we are going to get right into the draft. And for my first pick of the draft, I am going with CM Punk.
And for my first pick, I will be going with Gunther.
And leading my women's division, I'm going with Rhea Ripley.
And coming back to NXT will be Bianca Belair as I take her with my second pick.
And for my third pick, I'm going with Randy Orton.
And for my third pick, I will be taking Charlotte Flair.
For my fourth pick, I'm going with Roman Reigns, the OTC.
And for my fourth pick, I will be taking Penta.
And going back to the women's division with my fifth pick, I'm going with Chelsea Green.
And for my fifth pick, we will continue to bring back the NXT alumni by bringing back Kevin Owens.
And for my sixth pick, I'm going with Jade Cargill.
And for my sixth pick, I will be taking Stephanie Vaquer.
And for my seventh pick, I'm going with Io Sky.
And with my seventh pick, I will be taking Alistair Black.
For my eighth pick, I'm going with Braun Breaker.
For pick number 8, I will be going with Axiom.
And for my ninth pick, I'm going with Alex Shelley, one half of Motor City Machine Guns.
Pick number 9, I will take Nathan Frazier.
And finishing off Motor City Machine Guns, I'm taking Chris Sabin with my 10th pick.
And with pick number 10, I will be taking Asuka.
And for my 11th pick, I'm going with the Giant Omos.
And with pick number 11, I will be taking Blake Monroe.
And pick number 12, I'm going with Oba Femi, the Ruler.
And with pick number 12, I will be taking Tyler Bate.
The big, strong boy. And pick 13, I'm going with Raquel Rodriguez.
And with pick number 13, I will be taking Pete Dunne.
And pick number 14, I'm going with Roxanne Perez.
And with pick number 14, I will be taking former Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria.
And pick number 15, I'm going with the beautiful madness Julia.
And with pick number 15, I will be taking Liv Morgan.
And for pick number 16, I'm going with Kairi Sane.
And with pick number 16, I will be taking Tiffany Stratton.
And for my 17th pick, I'm going with Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits.
And with pick number 17, I will be taking Javon Evans.
And finishing off the Street Profits with pick 18, I have Montez Ford.
And with pick number 19, I'll get the other half of the Lucha Brothers by picking Ray Phoenix.
And for my final pick of the draft, I'm going with Bailey at number 20.
And with pick number 20, I'll be taking the Juggernaut, Jordan Grace. And with my final pick of the draft, with pick 21, I will be taking JC.
And for my SmackDown champions, my world champion is going to be CM Punk, the best in the world. And my tag team champions, I think I'm gonna go with Motor City Machine Guns. Hopefully we get to see this in real life at some point very soon. I know they won it, early on in their WWE career, but I would like to see it again. But our United States champion, I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker. And then for the women's division, world champion, I'm going with Rhea Bloody Ripley. And for the tag team champions, I'm going with Julia and Kairi Sane. And for the women's United States Championship, I'm going with Bayley. And for our first show, we're going to make sure all of our champions are defending champions and they earn their titles. So we're going to have them all defend their titles on the first show. And with the first match, we have Rhea Ripley versus Chelsea Green for the world title. This is obviously a position everyone would love Chelsea Green to be in real life, of course. We have CM Punk. We want to call out to Roman Reigns. We also have a ladder match tag team for the tag team titles with Motor City Machine Guns and Street Profits. So that'll be very interesting as well. We have a promo from Obafemi. We have a triple threat mid-card championship for the U.S. title with Bayley, Io Sky, and Jade Cargill. Very far from mid-card women, but they are in the mid-card division nonetheless. And for our men's mid-card division, we have Braun Breaker, Randy Orton, Pat McAfee, and Omos kind of filling out that mid-card division for here. And for the main event, we have a last man standing with CM Punk and Roman Reigns finishing off the card.
For my men's world champion, I went with Gunther. I feel like it's just an obvious decision. But for my tag team division, I also went with Fraxium, another good tag team that I think will have some banger matches for us. But then for the North American champion, I went with Kevin Owens. I think we have a lot of cool matches with him, so hopefully we have some bangers there. But going to the women's division now, I went with Bianca Belair as the world champion. I put together JC Jane and Blake Monroe as the tag team champions. And then for the women's North American, I went with Jordan Grace. The belt always wanted her to win, so now we finally got rid of the belt now. And to kick off our show, we also had to match the energy. We had to have some bangers. We're going to kick off the show with a triple threat tables match in the tag team division between Fraxium, Pete Dunne, and Tyler Bate, and then the Lucha Brothers. So this one could absolutely be a banger, especially if this happened in real life. But then after that, we're going to have Javon Evans call out Gunther, and you'll see later in the night, he'll end up getting a world title match. But before that, we'll have Charlotte Flair versus Liv Morgan, followed by a JC Jane call out for Jordan Grace's North American title. And then we'll have Kevin Owens defend the North American belt against Aleister Black in an Extreme Rules match, so that could be a crazy one. Then we have Tiffany Stratton kind of promo. Then we got that match I talked about for the Women's North American Champion between Jordan and Jason Jane. And then Bianca Belair will come out. She'll have her promo. And then, like I mentioned as well, we have the world title match between Gunther, Javon Evans, Young OG getting a title shot on the opening night of the show.
And we're going through the first match of my card with Rhea Ripley versus Chelsea Green. And we're going to see exactly what we got going on here. Oh, Chelsea Green is already our brand new WWE champion.
4.5 as well.
Well, 3.5. But yeah, pretty good match nonetheless. And up next, we have our ladder match, tag team match for the tag team titles with Motor City and the Street Profits. So I expect this to potentially even be better than the previous match. And we're going to see exactly what kind of rating they get in just a minute. Okay.
Hey, at least they keep the belts and they got a new rivalry, so you have something to build on now.
And up next, our triple threat match for the U.S. Championship on the women's division side. We have Bayley, Io Sky, and Jade Cargill going head-to-head in this one. And Bayley retains the title in a 3-star match. So pretty good so far. Doing pretty well, averaging about 3 stars per match at this point. So at least that's going good for us. But for our co-main event, we have a fatal 4-way tables match with Braun Breaker, Randy Orton, Pat McAfee, and Omos. So I guess we'll see who comes out on top here. Randy Orton takes it home with another 3.5-star match. We have a Randy Orton and Braun Breaker feud and a Omos and Pat McAfee feud. So I guess we'll see if that one gets paid off at some point maybe.
You found your main event.
And going to our main event of the night, we have CM Punk versus Roman Reigns in a last man standing match. Something we're going to see very soon at WrestleMania 42. So this is a very exciting match and maybe a preview of what will actually happen at WrestleMania. CM Punk retains in a 4-star match. Best match of the night goes to the main event.
Alright, now that snooze fest is over, we're going to come back to NXT and we're going to go back to that triple threat tables match. And let's see who walks out as tag team champions. It's going to be Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. But then Charlotte and Liv Morgan, a big one that I don't think we've gotten recently in WWE, but who comes out on top? To me, Liv Morgan. This is okay when we did get a feud, so that's what I'm glad about.
Potentially earning a #1 contender spot.
Then a big one, this one I have high hopes for. Kevin Owens, Aleister Black, Extreme Rules for the North American Championship. And we have a retain from Kevin Owens. Okay, thought that'd be a little bit better. But we head into the co-main event now for that women's North American title. Jordynne Grace does retain the belt as well. 2 retains. And yeah, into the main event, we have Young OG versus the Ring General. And the Young OG is the new champion in a great match with a new rivalry already at a level 2.
Yeah, definitely a very impressive win for Javon to win the world title on his debut. And to end off week 1 and the video, we have me coming out on top by 12,000 fans. I have an average of probably about 3.5 stars, and I think you were just under that at probably around 3.
I think I can definitely turn it around, but we'll have to see in the next one.
Yeah, next episode we will go all the way until the next PLE. So that'll be a very exciting episode. So be sure you tune in to episode 2 coming in very soon.